Well, we're very excited and happy to have Tom Sizemore back in our studio. You were here about a year ago, I guess.
Was it a year ago?
About that, yeah.
Probably about a year ago.
Yeah, was that long ago?
Because I remember you telling us that you were going to write a book. And guess what? The book is here, and it's amazing.
One of those rare times I did what I said.
Yes. Out today is called By Some Miracle, I Made It Out of There. And I guess I'm about 85% of the way through it. And it's extremely honest. I mean, you really, you don't paint a pretty picture for the sake of painting a pretty picture.
It wasn't pretty.
No, but it's nice that you talk about it.
I know, it's easy to just say that, but a lot of guys certainly would leave out a lot of stories. I think what's going to sell this book is the honesty of it.
Yeah, just push that thing up real.
Just break it in half. Who cares?
Yeah, there we go.
I don't want to break anything anymore.
No?
And here you can break shit. We don't care.
Broke myself, so. I wanted to make it honest, so I just get it all out there, and
yeah,
no more skeletons in the closet now.
Was there anything that you were talking about? Because I said to Tom in the break, I'm like, you really name names, because meaning that you name the people. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't mention.
I don't know. Name a name sounds like a punk to me, but I don't think I named names. I talked about certain people that had impact in my life.
Well, naming names, I mean, you simply.
I didn't say anybody like did drugs. Or
No. But you mentioned real people.
Shit. Well, the people that were in my life were real.
Still, how many people don't do that when they write a book?
I don't live in a fantasy world like our young people.
Right.
Or you can just say whatever you want on the internet and just slam somebody and then bomb somebody, whatever.
And then not have any
and then
accountability.
go to a commercial.
Yeah.
Right.
No accountability.
No accountability.
Nothing.
Was there anything that you were covering that became really painful that you kind of wished you didn't cover while you were doing it?
There's a book signing tonight at Barnes & Noble.
Is that what he's throwing at you?
Yeah. I think,
Tell him we'll get to it. We know what we're doing. It's not my
panicking.
fucking first day in the rodeo. I know how to do an interview. I'll get to the plugs.
Panicking already, that guy.
He's panicky.
no,
Pete.
he's not. He's my manager. He's a wonderful guy.
All right, I'm sorry, Tom.
What did you say?
Was there anything?
I left out about 99% of the people that are assholes.
Was
Really?
there anything that you were covering that you kind of became really painful while you were talking about it, and you kind of were like, oof, I wish I didn't go into this, but it's too late. I've already started.
Anna and David and I worked on the book for a year and 4 months.
Wow.
And we met 3 times a week. And we started, initially the first meeting was, we were trying to figure out how we would do and how we would do it. And I said, my first memory is when I was 4. And I said, why don't we start there, and we'll do the age of 4, and then we'll do the age of 5, and we'll do the age of 6, and we'll do the age of 7, and we'll do the age of 8, and that's how we did it. Right. So it was a huge amount of, she'd ask me questions, and I would have come in with things I wanted to talk about from age 7, and she would tape it, and then she would have it transposed, so you could read it, and she'd edit it, and then give it to me, and it was a painstaking process, and it was a tome, and that she was able to cut it down to 226 pages is quite a testament to her talent.
It must be kind of freeing, though, to put everything out there so no one could really hold anything over your head anymore, right?
All the skeletons are out of the closet.
Yeah.
The first time you tried crystal meth, you were sober when you heard about that, or that kind of was a relapse for you?
Well, I was sober. I mean, I was clean. I wasn't doing drugs, but I wasn't sober. I mean, I wasn't working a program or anything. I just hadn't used since '97. Okay. So I initially was going to meetings and stuff. That's what I do now. I mean, now I do the footwork. All these these cliches that I just thought were, silly, and they all work. That's why they're cliches. Which is, you got to get a sponsor, and you got to work the steps, and you got to go to meetings, and you got to get a commitment. And if you feel like you don't want to do something with regard to your sobriety, that's probably what you should do. Yeah. And I don't like being such a serious person. But being sober is serious business, and it has gotten lighter and more lighthearted. And Bob Forrest keeps. I don't get to talk to him enough. I talk to him often. Bob said as time goes on, the the lightness in life returns. And but I was in seriously in bad shape. So I had to take it very seriously about. I just can't put anything in my body. I got an allergy with any type of substance. I mean,
yeah.
If I drink a glass of wine, I mean, it's just. I mean, I've done it enough times now that I know that I don't stop.
I was amazed at how many, because you talk a lot about the relapses, how many relapses that you actually planned. Like, okay, I knew I was flying to Chicago. I think you said at the time your wife's mother was ill. She's like, I was planning to relapse and to get high.
I didn't say I was planning to relapse. I was planning to get high.
Well, yeah. Oh, get high.
Yeah, because I was going to be out of sight of my wife, who I lost because of this addiction. It was, you gotta pardon me, Opie. I've been in New York for a few days, and I'm just a little tired. I don't do drugs anymore, so well, I would be probably really more tired, or I might be like, really off the wall. Like, when can we get this guy out of the studio?
Strung out.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just a human being right now, and I woke up.
Fine, man.
I'm trying to drink my coffee and wake up.
It's all good.
But I lost Maeve over. I just exhausted her. I mean, I was much younger, and I was when Reggie Bush was at USC of drug addicts. I mean, I could just get through any kind of crack. I see a little bit of the ray of daylight there to get downtown.
Wow.
I'd land in New York at Kennedy Airport, and I had the same driver, and I didn't have to tell the guy what to do. He knew where to go. He went to Alphabet City.
Jeez.
And I had set up a system, I guess you would call it, where I could use drugs when I wasn't in front of people. That's hard to do when you're an actor.
Yeah.
And you're married. And, when you get caught enough times, you just go, oh, the hell with it. It's like, she finally caught me enough times, and because a long time no one knew but her for a great deal of time. And, finally, I just couldn't hide it from her anymore, and I didn't want to hide it. I mean, I wanted it. I had this huge secret.
Yeah.
And it was killing me too. And it was impacting my work, although I could tell, no one else could tell, because it was very subtle. I was missing the nuances, and I wasn't as facile. Because acting's it's a indefinable type of thing. But the one thing that does happen is that you do something, then I do something, and
right.
what you do predicates what I do is predicated upon what you do. And if I'm not able to really see what you're doing, or to watch it, and see the nuances in what you might be doing, and I miss it, then the scene starts to, doesn't feel right. And trust me, when I tell you that a couple actors I worked with pulled me aside and said, what's wrong with you? You didn't see that?
Wow.
I know it was very subtle what I did, but and people thought I was a very good actor. And I would say the same thing all the time. I'm tired.
Right.
I'm sorry. I won't miss it again. And it didn't happen often. I didn't use that much at work. But if you've ever used drugs, I mean, one of the times you're at your worst is when you don't have the drugs the first couple weeks after you've had a long run. You're in withdrawal, regardless of what the drug is, and you're just not hitting on all cylinders. And I'm almost 4 years sober now, and I don't really think I'm hitting all cylinders yet. I'm markedly better. I'd say I'm 80%, 85% better.
Are there actors that you had worked with that have completely won't talk to you or work with you anymore? Have you burnt bridges to that point? No. Okay.
Well, yeah, maybe.
No, baby.
Yeah, one guy. But he's done a movie in 15 years.
Yeah.
He only did one. He's a singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's Mark Anthony, because there's a nice part in the book where you talk about fist fighting him.
I didn't have a fist fight with anybody.
Didn't it say you had to pull you guys
I haven't had a
apart?
fist fight with anybody except my brother Aaron since I was like 17.
What happened? They had to pull you apart. Were you yelling at each other?
My brother was a bad son of a bitch. I mean, he'll kick the shit out of you, as he did me. He's 18 months younger than me, so doing push-ups under the bed when he was 12, pushing the bed up in the air.
Jesus.
To kick my ass. Specifically to kick my ass.
Wow.
With Mark, I mean, what was it? Do you guys just not?
What am I going to do? Hit him? Kill him. He's 92 pounds.
What didn't you like about each other?
What is there to like about him? I don't want to talk about the guy. I don't even want to talk about the guy. I mean, he told me, I said, who are you? He goes, I'm the next Frank Sinatra. It was downhill from there.
Yeah, it's not really a humble
I never
way
met
to
the next Frank Sinatra. I still haven't.
No, of course not. It hasn't been born yet.
I knew Frank Sinatra.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was offered that miniseries with Gina Gershon back in '92. I was offered to play Frank.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I met with Tina numerous times, and I got to go meet the old man. And
what do you think of him?
He's Frank Sinatra.
No, I mean, what did you think of him when you met him?
He's Frank Sinatra.
Just as simple as that. He
was really great.
Right.
He gave me a couple ties. He said, if you do this, you got to lose about 30 pounds. You're going to play when I'm young. And I didn't think I had enough time to do it. And then as I thought about it, that's the kind of movie you would do with Scorsese or something.
Mm-hmm.
I turned it down. An actor named Phil Kazanoff did it. I don't know what happened to Mr. Kazanoff, but he was good at it. But I haven't met the next Frank Sinatra, nor have I met the next Michael Jordan. I haven't met a lot of the next guys. I haven't met the next Larry Bird.
Right.
And you don't hear Kevin Durant going, "I'm the next Larry Bird."
That's cocky.
I'm the next Larry Bird.
Right.
I mean, Kobe Bryant. I mean, can we talk about Kobe Bryant for a minute?
Yeah.
17 years with the same team. He had more minutes played than any NBA player in history. You know that, right?
I didn't know that.
More minutes on the floor as an NBA player. And you take into account his postseason. They've gone deep in the postseason 12 times. Mm-hmm. And then the Olympics, and he's played that, however many minutes Michael played, he's played half again that many. He's played the equivalent of Chamberlain's minutes at 41.
Wow.
And he's 34. He's a 17-year-old when he came in the league. And I feel like he said he thought that everyone in Los Angeles was his brother and sister, and I just hope he gets better. And they say it's a 9-month rehab.
They wore him out. He
wore himself out. I mean, he didn't. I don't.
He
think
wouldn't take himself out of the games.
D'Antoni's getting a bad rap here, but I think that I don't know how you stand up to Kobe. I mean, look.
Kobe pretty much demanded to play every minute of every game because
he wanted to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they were in it, and he blew out his Achilles.
And I really
which is a rough injury.
No, listen, they tore it in half.
Yeah, I know.
He got up and made the free throws, and walked off the floor. Now, Terrell Davis did the same thing and said he couldn't walk for 9 months when he tore his Achilles. Kobe didn't even act like it was really hurt. He got up, he made both free throws, he walked to the bench, he sat down, he refused any help, and he walked to the locker room. No athlete that has ever torn an Achilles tendon has walked anywhere as they tore it. And I've maintained that it's Michael and Kobe, the two greatest individual. I think Larry might be the greatest team player in Magic. Those are my four guys. And I wanted to say to Mr. Bryant and his family, I hope that Kobe, I've been in LA the whole time he's been there. And I do feel like he's a brother of mine. And I hope he gets better. And
it's going to be tough.
So many great enjoyment over the years. And you're the greatest athlete of my generation.
Do you feel like, you're obviously a very, very respected guy in the business. You're a very respected actor. Your work is tremendous. I mean, Natural Born Killer, Saving Private Ryan. I mean, there's a lot of amazing work. And then you had a downfall. You went to jail. And do you feel
I went to prison.
Okay, prison.
Jail's a Holiday Inn.
You went to prison.
Prison's not the Holiday Inn. Prison's prison.
Do you feel like you're kind of back where you want to be, or you're still kind of fighting your way back?
Oh shit, man! I mean, I'm not where I want to be. I lost 8 years. They're getting them back. That's just a fact. I've had to do over again. Of course, I wouldn't have done these things. I was really hitting my stride there with my work, but once I started to do well, I was incredibly uncomfortable doing well, and I can only. I'm just guessing. I'm no doctor, but the story's not about it. This isn't a book about addiction. This is a story about a guy, me, who was from modest beginnings, who had a dream about being an actor, and against all odds became one, and then was working with the greatest people on earth. The only guy I ever had on my wall was Pete Maravich and Robert De Niro, and this guy becomes my closest friend for some time, and.
Took part in an intervention.
When I let me finish. Don't be Howard to me. You can't finish with Howard. He won't let you finish. I love him, but he won't let you finish.
I wasn't trying to not let you finish. I was just.
Don't mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're a little mad at me.
A little irritated. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
Good.
It's okay. It's okay. That I got what I wanted, and then I destroyed it. I worked my ass off to get it. and then I ruined it. It's all I ever wanted to be was an actor. Once I just started to do it.
Any idea why?
I was uncomfortable with it. I was uncomfortable being successful. I wasn't ready for it. And I always felt like when I initially started to do well, that someone was going to come over and go, hey, go home. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. Go home. And I don't know why I felt like that, because I wasn't full of shit. I mean, I wasn't, it's just, I'm sure everyone here has been around people that they admired and stuff, and then, felt a certain kind of nervousness. But I didn't have a certainty about myself that I wish I'd had. So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I didn't,
Where does the uncertainty come from? Your upbringing, Tom? Can you trace it back to something, or?
I don't. It's really easy to blame your parents, but I'm going to blame them anyway. No, I'm kidding.
I think in the end we all blame our parents.
And it's really easy to blame your dad when he leaves your mother. I'm going to blame the shit out of him. Well, my father, nothing was good enough. I mean, he went to Harvard, and
oh wow.
A lot of guys go to Harvard and things are good enough. I mean, I'm a father, and I just want my kids to do the best they can do, and that's great.
Yeah.
I would do algebra story. I remember doing story problems, and he would be over me, and I'd be crying. And he would say, "Are you the dumbest son of a bitch on earth? You don't know what the fucking answer is, you fucking idiot." Now that is no way to talk to a child. That's not no way to talk to a kid in ninth grade who's in honors algebra. When I said, I'm not ready for honors algebra. I don't want to be in honors algebra. I don't know how to do this. I mean, I got an A in math last year, but I mean, I didn't do. It was hard. I didn't like it. I don't really get it. And he would do it anyway. And there was no discussion with him. It's like this, and that's it. You couldn't go, hey, Dad, no, you get your ass kicked for that. Not ass kicked, you didn't do it. You just, I knew it from early age. You just didn't take him to task about it, the goddamn thing. You didn't ever question is what is this? He was the authority figure, and what he said was the way it was, and that was it. I was in the middle of the first, by Thanksgiving, my algebra teacher had called my mother and father and said, he's way behind. He's getting a C. He's going down to a D. We got to put him back in just that regular algebra. And I was punished for that, and just with his looks for like a year. And he said, you humiliated me. I don't know, how did I humiliate you? I mean, I just didn't know how to do it. I don't like math. I mean, and I liked, certain things I liked. And, when I wanted to become an actor, he called me Steve, because I didn't know what he meant. He called me Steve McQueen.
Oh, Steve McQueen, yeah.
Hey, Steve, where's your car?
Well, maybe that's part of it.
So he didn't support your line of work.
My desire to be an actor was not met with any enthusiasm at all by anybody.
No.
Wow.
So I don't think many parents, I mean, if my kids wanted to be actors, I would be hard-pressed to go, that's a great idea. Being an actor is just a really easy thing to do. You can make a great living at it, and you meet wonderful people. You meet a lot of nice people, but it's not an easy thing to do, and it's very hard to be successful at it, and it's hard to sustain a career. I mean, how many actors do we know that just aren't doing well right now, that didn't do anything like I did, and are having trouble getting work?
Yeah.
It's just not a consistent way to make a living. But I would support them.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. You would at least support them, but you would lay it out like, look, it's not as easy
I would
as you
give
think
them.
it would be.
I'd lay it out there like this. Here, this is what the probability of you. I don't want to dissuade you from it, but here's what, from being an actor, this is what you're going to look. This is what it looks like. Now, knowing this now, you make up your mind. Now, they couldn't do that for me because they didn't know. They just thought, my dad would look at the TV and go, "You think you're going to be on this TV? Are you the biggest asshole that ever lived?
Jeez,
you're an idiot. You're a moron. This is Spartacus. You're going to be in Spartacus?" And I go, well, I'm not going to be in Spartacus. They made it already. Okay, you're going to be in the next Spartacus. You just got to leave the room.
Tom, so the question is this. How did he feel when you made it? Was he around?
Yeah, he was happy I made it. Listen, he was a mixed bag. My dad was my hero. I loved him. He was the things I'm talking about here were those little glitches that would happen when big decisions had to be made. By and large, my father was a wonderful father and a loving father. He was my hero and my idol, and I loved him. He was a great teacher and a great person, and a loving father, and he loved the hell out of his kids. But with regard to like our futures and what we were going to do and be, and he had a lot of opinions about it. That always weren't the most what's the word I'm looking for? Someone's
Don't ask me.
Someone's trying to give you a little boost, encouraging.
Yes.
He wasn't the most encouraging at times about what you might want to do.
Right.
Well, what was his career path? Obviously, he was into math.
My dad?
Was he a math guy? Why was he pushing math?
No, he was a lawyer, but he was very good at math.
But yeah, he pushed math on you, so I assume he
he
had
was,
some
he
kind
was
of
in
passion for
he
that.
was in education.
Gotcha.
It was in education.
We got to plug the book properly, too. You can see Tom tonight at the Tribeca Barnes & Noble, 6 o'clock. It's 97 Warren Street here in New York. He will be signing this book, so you can go in and say hello to Tom and get a copy of the book. It really is a great book. It's called By Some Miracle, I Made It Out of Here. I'm sorry, I Made It Out of There.
I'm sorry.
What?
Are you going to do the next fake dog shit with me?
I might, yeah. It just depends on the schedule. If I can, I will. Yeah, I'll tweet that out as well. Coming up, we got Ricky Gervais coming in.
Yeah, he's right outside the studio.
Ricky out there?
Do you know Ricky Gervais?
Oh, cool.
Is he a singer?
No, he's a great comic actor.
Oh, I know he is.
Genius.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yes,
I know who he is.
Great guy. So the book, you can see Tom. Check him out tonight. I mean, if you're in the city, go down to the Tribeca Barnes & Noble and buy a copy of this book. It's out today, and it truly is a great read. It's the first book I've read in a long time where the backstory of the family kept me very, very interested.
Really?
Yeah.
It really did?
Yeah, the father being a genius and not going back to Harvard. There was a tremendous amount that I found fascinating. So
thank you very much.
I recommend this book highly. I got to piss.
Yeah, we got to
So
take a
we'll
quick
take
Tom
break.
Sizemore, very talented,
thanks, man.
gifted guy. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Bye.
The Opie and Anthony Show.